So the first step is actually having that supplier interact with our secure portal. And why do we do that? Because this is a venue for the supplier or the vendor to submit information that's relevant for our customer, including maybe documents like W-9s and so on, and do that in a secure fashion as opposed to something like email, which may be open for compromise. So that's step one. Step two is verifying that actually this entity that the supplier claims to be is real or valid. So we do that by using identity verification tools and data, and really look at a variety of sources of data to say, is this business, sole proprietor, or individual really who they say they are? The next step is business and individual bank account verification. So that's, as it implies, verifying that in fact the bank account is valid and that this entity is really the owner of that bank account. Then we go to the next step, which is we look at data that we have collected as part of our customer community. So, for example, Jen, if you've got a supplier that you've been happily doing business with over a number of years and you pay them weekly, that's something that can help me if I'm onboarding that same vendor. Conversely, if one of the customer members of the community has a negative experience or we flag a negative interaction, that's immediately available to everybody else in the community. So that's the next step. What we also do in addition to this is if none of these data or automated mechanisms actually make a positive determination or it needs more investigation, we have a group of trained fraud analysts and verification analysts who will actually do their own research and contact and do callbacks or out-of-band callbacks right back to those suppliers to verify that in fact these details are correct or there's some gaps that have to be filled. So that's really the verification process that happens when one of our customers onboard a supplier. One other piece that's not directly related to fraud, but one thing that's very important for our customers is regulatory compliance. And so as these are payments, sanction screening is important. So we do, for example, OFAC checks, and that's also part of the overall process.